everybody, and welcome to Life as I See It with your hostess, Dena Nierenberg, and one of my favorite co-hostesses of all time, Yael Levy. Welcome to the show, Yael.
Thank you, Dena.
Yeah, finally, I get you on my show. You lived in Atlanta, you lived in Israel, now you're here?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. Wow. It's so great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Wow, it's incredible. Tell me about yourself. Tell me what you've been up to. It's so long.
I'm an author. I've published 3 romance. This is my latest book, Bedtime for Maziks. It's a picture book about the absolute chaos that is involved with raising small children. Previously had 3 novels published.
Nice.
They were with Simon & Schuster, but they're currently out of print.
It's a big
Fine.
shame.
It's not. One of them has been optioned to be a TV show,
Nice.
and my agent wants me to take the other 2 and make them into screenplays also. So we're gonna keep moving with those.
Beautiful. Wow. This is.
properties.
I am so proud to call you my friend, and
Thank you.
and I know you because our daughters became friends, and so much of the time this is what happens. Your kids become friends in school, and then the parents become friends. This is incredible. You and Ellen, who I've had on the show before, also, and it's just wow. This is incredible. This is like a big happy reunion. I feel like I've gone decades back in time.
That's what it is with good friends.
I know, right? It's like no time ever passed. It's incredible. And I was just not talking to Yael, and I was telling her about my life in recent years. And it's been 10 years since I visited you in Georgia, I think.
Okay.
Good 10 years. I'm saying that in recent times, I just see the world differently than I used to see it. I used to think it was like me against them. And I have my good friends, and that's all I need. And now I realize it's not me against you. It's me with everybody. It's like together we have to make the world a better, more positive place to be. And it's gotten rid of my entire egoic mind. I feel like there's this fake part of me that completely fell off, just fell by the wayside. You know, it's such an amazing feeling to know that like I don't have to carry around this heavy burden, this heavy analytical and egoic mind that just carries around all memories, and it carries around everything unfortunate that anybody's ever said or done, or anything that I've ever said or done that I regret so badly. The fact is, every moment is a fresh moment.
Yes.
Love it.
And it is what we make of it.
Life is exactly.
We don't need to keep garbage, emotional garbage, like it's like getting it cleaned off your teeth
Yeah,
dental hygiene.
that's exactly what it is.
Clean it all off.
Yeah. And you know, the only one who can actually clean all that junk off of you is you. And we can go to therapists, and we can go to emotional freedom technique, and we can go anywhere, you know, seeking guidance. At the end of the day, it's just guidance. But at the end of the day, the tail end of the day, it's you doing for you. It's you being the best that you can possibly be. It's you deciding that you choose mental and emotional well-being. You got to choose it. Nobody can choose it for you. There's not a therapist in the world that says, be healthy, be healthy, be healthy. At the end of the day, you're doing your own work.
That's right.
You're doing your own work. And you are your own best parent. I teach now these relaxation and yoga classes every Sunday night. And sometimes I teach it at the shul, and sometimes I teach it in the house, depending on how big my class is going to be. And we always start out with the yoga and then a deep meditation. And once we're all so zen and so chill, what I say is, let's tap into our EFT, and we tap on certain acupressure points, and we state certain affirmations that we want to believe about ourselves. We don't necessarily have to believe them, but we want to believe them, and we're ready to put these ideas into our head. And while we do all of this, we say, look, I love myself no matter what. I am my own best parent. I know exactly what I need to do to feel great about myself all the time. And there's no reason why I shouldn't. So I let go of all the garbage, all the nonsense, all the stuff that my mind keeps telling me that holds me down. and keeps me back and keeps me from the rest of the world and keeps me from fully connecting with everybody. Another point over here. And so I'm willing to let it go. I let it all go, my egoic thinking mind, and I become one with the world. And I love myself and I support myself unconditionally. From this moment on until forever and a day, I support myself. I am safe, I am protected, and I am loved. And we do this. We do this, and we all report that, like, at the end we feel so, like, lightheaded, like, in a good way. That we do this every Sunday night.
Good. I found that it seems so much easier to have compassion for other people than it is for ourselves.
Yeah. I gave this speech last night, and I'm not so great with the Hebrew proverbs, so I gave it in English. And this is something that Hillel, an ancient sage, said. If I'm not for me, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, then what am I? And if not, now when? And that's what I said last night to this whole big group of women. And it was a tremendously varied group of women. There were, every crowd in town. What grouped us all together is that we're all Jewish, all coming together for an amazing, amazing cause. All wanting to do great stuff, wanting to do chesed, wanting to make the most of our lives.
What was the cause?
Flapish Satmar Bikacholim, which basically helps out sick people, it helps out the patient themselves, helps out the family, brings scrumptious food to the hospital, provides hospitality suites for people who don't live near the hospital centers, and just provides emotional and mental support all around. Therapists, clinicians, at-home visits for the homebound, for people who can't necessarily come out and go do their own shopping. It provides meals for people. And we were all there to support that. And then I really, really went off my script. I was supposed to just thank people and just like give like the message of the day. But I said, this message can't just be stated and goodbye. This message was meant to be given over with a full heart. So I said to them, ladies, now you're in my class. We're going to take this statement that Hillel said apart. Before I could be for anybody else, I have to be for me. I have to do for me. How in this world am I going to pour from an empty glass, nothing for you, because there's nothing for me? Well, not that I'm going to spill this on the table, but yeah, if I have, then, hey, darlings, it's for all of us. But I said, you can only give to others if you do for you first. That's right. The main point. And not only that, but it's during the present moments. And that's how I linked it all together. It's during the present moments. If you're willing to stay in the present moments, that you are able to realize this love for yourself and for others. If you are stuck in your own headspace, in your own mind, you don't love yourself. You're analyzing yourself, you're criticizing yourself, you're analyzing and criticizing everybody else around you. So in order to fully give of yourself to yourself and to the world, the present moment is where it's at. There is nothing like the present moment. It is a gift. It is a gift to us straight from God. Every moment is precious. Every moment is its own world. We're all brought down for a mission. We're all brought, and I said this to all the women, we're all brought down literally to do a tafkid. Basically that each and every one of us has a job, a mission to do in this world. Our job is not to babysit for our minds all day. It's not that. You're not being you. You're being a shadow of yourself. It's up to you to get out there, to be, and to do. And on days when you don't feel like it, that's when you have to do it the most. That's when you have to do it the most. On days when you don't want to pray, pray. Days when you don't want to do your EFT, do your EFT. Days when you don't want to eat healthy. Days when you don't want to work out. It's about going against what your mind is telling you.
If you think about, like, as you're speaking, I'm thinking, if you think about God's name, Yud K Vav K. No. That's what it means.
That's what it means.
The godliness of the now.
Yeah, and it's so sad, and it's so sorry that we're taught to feel guilty and bad about things, and to be ashamed of ourselves, and then to doubt ourselves because we're ashamed of ourselves. That's a shame. That's a major problem with, I think, the entire world. It is a global issue.
Yeah, but I think that comes from multi-generational traumas. And I think we need to look at that for what it is and honor what our ancestors have had to go through for us to get here. But say, that's it, we need to live. And we'll honor them more by living and expressing ourselves and being our best selves.
That's right.
Not carrying it all with us and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was
Sorry,
starving back.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
no, none of that.
sorry, all that pain and trauma and wars and all the bad stuff. So, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened. Let's move forward. And let's be happy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to tell you something that really upsets me greatly. I feel like to a large extent, the world at large either doesn't know about the Holocaust or they are the worst ones who deny the Holocaust. And those are the ones who really, really need the education. But what makes me so upset is when they bring it into Jewish schools and they feel such a need to crash it into everybody's head and make them feel bad. You think you have a bad life? Think about your grandmother. Think about your great-grandmother. I'm like, no. We carry the sadness. We carry the burden. And it's time to just let go of all that and say, please, it's time to live.
It's time to heal.
Time to heal. How in this world are we going to heal if we keep on shoving it down the throats of people who already know it? The people who have grandparents, great-grandparents who've lived through it. And I don't even mind to say on the show, how about the reincarnated among us? I don't mind saying this. Emma, I believe in this stuff. How about those of us who are reincarnations from the war? You want to shove that stuff down our throat when we know exactly what we've been through? Please. It's time for the world to recognize that it did happen and lessons should be learned from it. But don't be teaching people who already know about it, know so much about it, and carry so much pain and guilt and shame. Really, just saying it all out. Had to be said.
I agree, 100%. Has to be said. It has to be heard.
It has to be said. It has to be heard. More people have to realize it. More people have got to realize that there is generations of people who are completely traumatized by the Holocaust. Possibly because their ancestors went through it, and then you have genetically in the DNA, it gets passed down from generation to generation. You have people born from 1945 and on who went through the war, or reincarnations of people who went through the war. It's like this world needs a healing. This world at large needs a healing. And it's not just Jews who were killed during the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were killed, this is true. And also millions and millions of Gentiles were killed. And that's not even spoken about enough. So to anybody whose family has been through that, my heart goes out. And if you feel like you are reincarnated from the war, my heart goes out because I know what that's like. Believe me, I know what that's like, and I feel for you. And I'm sorry for you. And I wish all of you a healing. Anybody who can say, who feels at all like I've been there, my heart goes out. You can heal. It's time to heal. All of us need a healing. Wow. I had no idea that the show was going to take this turn. I love it. Only with some really, really amazing friends who really get it. Wow, this is so nice. Wow, so tell me about the degrees that you came back to the States to get.
I'm going to be starting a PhD program in law and religion at Emory.
Nice.
Really excited about that. Not sure yet what my thesis is going to be, but I have some ideas, so we'll see.
Nice.
But I would like to do work that also encourages healing in Israel, where I've been for the past number of years.
Yes.
And plan to eventually settle in full-time. That's my goal. But if you want to talk about trauma, intergenerational trauma and healing,
ahead.
oh my God.
Go ahead.
Let's everywhere in Israel. the whole country.
It's terrible. It's like two of my sons live there. Effie and Simcha both live there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and Baruch Hashem, right now they're stateside. I actually just saw Effie and his wife Esther today because they were here in honor of me being honored. And yeah, and Simcha and Zahila are, God willing, giving birth in June.
Oh, nice.
And they're in Chicago at her mom.
Okay, that'll be near me in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah, if you go a straight flight down,
So we'll meet up.
straight
up.
drive down. Yeah, we will meet up. We will meet up. And that will
in Chicago, or you'll come visit me in St. Louis?
Yeah, I am told. My daughter-in-law's best friend is from St. Louis, and she said if you drive straight from Chicago to St. Louis, it's not such a bad drive. Not at all.
Okay, good.
Well, that'll be so
great.
so great. Yeah, but yeah, you hear about all the terrorism that goes on in Israel, and you're scared. I hit a point where I'm actually afraid to open a newspaper. I'm like, in the morning, I have to fight this unfortunate, I can't call it a craving, because you crave chocolate, you crave wine, you crave yoga, but this unfortunate need to open up the paper and see, oh God, what happened today? So I stopped opening up the paper. I said, you know what? I can only imagine what happened today, and we're going to leave it at that. God forbid if any news needs to be shared, it will be shared. It's like, why must I be the one who opens up the paper and then spreads the bad news? I never wanted to be that person, right, Emma? I never ever wanted to be that person who has to open up the news, listen to the news, and tell everybody around me. I'm like, I'm usually the last one to hear the bad news, thank God. And I guess you can call me, you can call me an ostrich, and I bury my head in the sand, and I do that, but it makes me happier. It makes me happier. Even if I live my own little reality happy world. But it's better that way. Just and lately I live on a different level completely. I have chosen to see each and every person that I meet as either a parent, a friend, a niece, a nephew, a child, a cousin, just somebody who's very, very close to me, or somebody who needs words of love. And it doesn't matter what they say or what they do or what they look like. I was in Wealth of Health the other day. That's a very, very well-known health food center in my neighborhood. And, the Murrow crowd got out around the same time, and some of the kids came inside running into the store. They were wearing their hoodies, and they were all extremely, extremely rowdy. And there was one girl, and she was at the back. She ran to the back of the store. She's like, I just have to catch my breath. I just have to catch my breath. And this girl looked really dangerous. And I said, honey, are you okay? Because you look like you're about to faint. Are you okay? And she looked like a dangerous young woman. And she looked straight at me. And she's like, I'll be okay. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I'm like, sure, honey, take all your time. She was shocked that anybody in the world cared about her welfare, because so many other people would say, oh gosh, scary looking person in a hoodie. Oh, no, keep away from me. I said, no, this is why I'm going toward her. She needs the love. She needs this love right now from me. This has helped me to see myself in a whole different context and my place in the world in an entirely different context. I love everybody. I love everybody. Today I joined my class chat. A girl who I'd gone to class with, she was also at the dinner last night, and she decided, look, I'm so proud of Dena that I just want to post her up on the class chat. And she posted me up, and there was suddenly so much love coming my way. I mean, everybody wished me mazel tov. Everybody wished me a congratulations. And it's like, I have to join this chat. I have got to join this chat of class of 1990, where it's just everybody is friends with everybody. And it's so much great feeling. Achdus is the Hebrew word for this, just a feeling of closeness, togetherness. I'm like, well, this is a place where I belong. I just want to thank everybody. I really, really just want to thank everybody for everything. It's like, wow, life is beautiful. Life is what we make of it, and life is not perfect. Life is far from perfect. We can choose to focus on the amazingness of life, on the greatness, godless of life, on the godliness of life.
Amen.
Love this song. What inspired you to become a writer?
I never set out to be a writer. I started my journey as an artist. I am a graduate of Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, and my goal was to be an illustrator and eventually to teach art, be an art teacher, and work on my illustrations. But life as we know it has its rivers and its twists and its turns. So I found myself, after I graduated college, we moved to Israel, where my husband went to medical school. And I couldn't keep my illustration clients at that time, back in the day, pre-internet.
Yeah.
Remember? Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
So I started expressing myself through writing because I had no art studio. The only thing I had was the ability to write. And I was writing, I was just writing about what it was like at the time being a young person living in Israel, which was such a huge change for my life in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Everything's different there.
And my mom at the time said, "These are great. Why don't you send them to the Jerusalem Post?"
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, "What?" She made me.
That's what moms do.
That's what moms do.
That's what moms
And I sent it, and they published it. And they asked me for more and more, and I just started writing for them,
Nice.
for their magazine.
Nice.
And then I realized I got bit by the writing bug and realized I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved writing. And my editor at the time asked me for an article on how Orthodox Jews date.
Anybody and everybody has a light shining within them, and everybody has an ability to bring forth their light, to be exactly where they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to be at. So everybody get present and be who you are supposed to be. This is what it's all about. Life is
With love.
That's love.
Love and grace.
Love. That's love and grace. It's love and grace. And it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, your anything. None of this matters at the end of the day. As long as each and every one of us is showing ourselves and others peace, kindness, grace, just love, brotherly, sisterly love. You know, that's what it's all about. If you think about it, each and every one of us on this universe, we all come from two people. We all come from Adam and Eve. We are siblings. We are cousins. And it's such a shame, and it's so horrible when one race, one nation decides to gang up on everybody else or chooses to gang up on this particular race. It's sad. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's horrible when these things happen because it's family choosing to fight family. And over what? Over what? Jealousy? And these wars tend to happen over jealousy. You know, this Putin, he takes over Ukraine and causes so much damage and so much pain. Get out of there. It's like, just stop it. Just everybody just stop the war. Stop the hate. Let's practice love. Let's practice peace. Let's practice what it means to be family. Let's practice what it means to really, really look into the eyes of other people and see that they are a part of God. Every one of us is a part of God. Everybody, the entire world. Having been a marathon runner, I know that there are, give or take, 8 billion people in this world. Yes, I've said this probably 8 billion times, but there are, each and every one of us has a part of God within us. It is our absolute responsibility to bring this forward every single day of our lives, in every moment of our lives. Every moment that we're living is another grand opportunity to actualize ourselves right here on this planet. Otherwise, why are we living? What is our lives? If not to be here, fully be here fully be ourselves and make the most of ourselves and make the most of our time here. We're not literally here to decorate the earth. You know, we're not here to like make the house pretty. You know, we are here for a mission. We are born of a mission. It is time for each and every one of us to realize that. And a grand part of our mission is to be there for everybody, to fully express ourselves, express the love, hold back on the criticism. And if ever you have to set a wrong right, do it with the utmost of love, unconditional positive regard, so much acceptance, kindness. Let's not trash each other. Let's not bring each other down. Let's bring each other up. It's our job to raise each and every person, and it doesn't matter if they're your same religion or if they're your same belief system, or if they went to the same school as you, or whether or not you are part of the same social circles or you have the same amounts of money. It's not about that. It's about seeing what you can do for each and every member of the community, the entire community. You know, not just like the Jewish community or the Muslim community or Christian community or this community or the Ukrainian community. It's about community. We are all community. We are all in this world together. We're in this together. We are looking to bring about world peace. World peace starts with each and every one of us doing the most that we can with ourselves, with our lives, getting out there. And on days when we don't want to get out there, get out there. That's your day to get out there. Have a lazy day on days when you're feeling like, oh, wow, my life is really, really great and I'm full of confidence and I feel like I'm really doing what I got to do. That's your lazy day. But on a day when you're like, no, I'm not getting out of bed this morning. No, I'm not doing my yoga. No, I'm not praying. No, I'm not going to eat all day. Blah, blah, blah. That's the day when you deliberately do it all. You do absolutely every bit of it. No matter what your mind tells you, no matter how much your mind fights, because that's what the mind does. The mind likes to fight us. The mind is egoic. The mind says, this is you and you'll never be able to go any further than outside the little box. This is your mind.
And the smarter you are, the more you're going to fight with yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's right, Yael. That's right. The smarter you are, the more you're going to fight with yourself because the more you're going to analyze. They say that people that analyze the most have the highest IQ. But I'm here to say, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if your IQ is 3 million. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop the inner fights and stop the outer fights. I say this to every politician that will probably not see this today. You know, a bunch of times friends tried to put me into politics. They're like, you should run for president. You should run. Like, yeah, so I can like never be allowed to go to the bathroom on my own for the rest of my life. I'm like, what do I need that for? My friend like, no. It's just like, don't do it, Ma. Don't do it, Ma. You'll never have a moment with us ever again. She's probably right.
That's great. That's what your kids argue with you about.
They're like, Ma, don't run for president. I'm begging. But it's true. People, I don't know how many of you are watching this today, but you know, peace, world peace starts within each and every one of us. Seeing the godliness in everybody, regardless of color, race, religion, belief system. No matter what they think of themselves, no matter how inferior they may feel, we are all equal. We are all on par with each other. None of us is greater or worse than anybody else. We are all here to support each other. We're all here also to make the most of ourselves personally and to utilize each and every one of our individual talents in this life. Let's use this life to be our best selves. Please. So wow, it's just so great to have you here on the show today.
Thank you
Wow.
for inviting me.
My pleasure, Yael. Any time. Everybody focus on the book, Bedtime for Maziks by my friend Yael Levy. I am so proud to know you. And it's just great. Thank you so much for being on the show today. And I've had an amazing time. We've covered many different topics, Yael. Please keep me posted. What's upcoming? Yeah, and read Yael Levy's books. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Life as I See It with Dena Nierenberg and Yael Levy. Love you all.